I love Rolos. Who would have thought Joe would have been carrying a big bag full of Rolos?
And various other bits of equipment, not just Rolos.
Still? Rolos? Well done getting it off of Stanton and getting our earpieces back.
Job well done, all. And that, I mean, isn't that an amazing sight? Isn't it? I mean, isn't it? Lights on, cars zooming around. Well, doesn't it look like a scene from the future right now?
It feels like a long time since I last had a hot bath.
A bath? Oh my God, a bath. That sounds... Oh, I can't even remember really what it feels like, but I know it's going to feel so good.
You seem to have forgotten about your girlfriend Soleil very quickly. And her mourning for her father.
I mean, she was never really my girlfriend. I just liked her a lot. Don't think she ever really felt the same way about me. And Stanton, don't you want a hot...
Walker,
Well, I can't say
it's just you and me. Private comms channel. Listen, can you just step aside from the others for a moment? Let them go ahead. Pretend you're tying your shoes or something. We need to talk.
So I said to her, that maybe you're prepared.
Okay, that's better. Walker, I've been thinking. We found that tracker in Lawrence's bag. Fair enough, Joe planted it on him. But if she only activated it 2 days ago, how had the band been following you before then? I've been scanning for any transmissions since then from any of us. There's been nothing, which might mean the tracker was the whole problem, or might mean someone's got wise. The others think we're nearly there, that we're nearly won. The burn have been off our tail since we destroyed the tracker, and maybe that's good news. It's just... How did Marianne know what Adebayo had done? How could she possibly know that? A tracker doesn't transmit audio. I mean, maybe she had something sewn in Adebayo's clothing, or maybe she didn't. Maybe I'm getting paranoid, and maybe paranoid's the only way forward. I think there's a traitor. I think one of you is. And I'm going to have to take a view. I don't think it's you, Walker. I'm trusting it's not you. So I've got something for you to do. I hope you've been briefed on it. And if not, I hope you don't mind too much. Okay. Take out the device from your pocket. Take a good look at it. It's funny. I suppose we've never looked at it before. Not that I can see what you're looking at. Although I suppose if I zoom in on satellite imaging... Ah, yes, there you are. You look cleaner than you did before. All that walking, I suppose. Yes. So, one side has the screen, and the buttons, and the keyboard. You see them? And then there are 2 buttons on the side. Do you see the 2 red buttons on the left-hand side of the device? Put your first and second fingers on them. Good. Now, do you see the hole at the bottom? The small hole at the very edge? Looks like where headphones should plug in, except it's too small for that. Position that hole pressing on the skin behind your ear. A little bit further back. Base of the skull. Okay. Press the 2 red buttons. Yes, I'm really sorry, Walker. That looks like it must hurt. I hope it doesn't hurt too much. Just stem the bleeding with a towel. That's a good idea. It'll settle down. In a few minutes, it'll look just like a mosquito bite, and you can rejoin the others. I'm hoping we won't need it, but that just might save your life.
Charlie, we've been discussing what the first thing is we'll do when we get back to electricity.
Oh, mine's a bath, obviously. With candles and scented foam and lush mango bath bombs, and I don't care if that makes me metrosexual. I just don't care.
I'm calling my daughter.
Daughter?
Me and her mum split up years ago, but I try to speak to her every few days. She'll have been worried.
She'll have worked out what happened. Meanwhile, I am going to have a toasted cheese sandwich made in a Breville toasty maker. I don't care if I have to buy a new one.
Well, that's great. We can all have cheese toasties.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to ask you to split up.
Split up? After we've come all this way together?
The burn could still be around. I don't want all of you coming into Edinburgh via the same route. Safer that way.
But we can meet up when we've delivered the stupid packages to the stupid lab, right?
Sure. Emma and Paul, why don't you head in from the east? Stenton, Lawrence and Walker head west.
And I'll be in Scotland the 40th.
What you got there, Stanton? What you reading? Stanton's keeping something from us, Walker. Have you got a love letter?
It's Jo's notes. I found them in the bottom of her bag. Notes from the story she was working on around the EMP and just beforehand.
Oh, yeah? Anything salacious?
Some quite interesting details about your girlfriend, Lawrence.
Crush. To be fair, she's only my crush.
She comes up quite a bit in these notes. Jo interviewed various members of staff after Professor Emmanuel died. She found that he had been talking a lot about Soleil. He was distressed by her behaviour.
Huh. Well, knew she was a bit wild. Got into lots of trouble.
A bit more than wild. Look at this. He seems to have been concerned, his staff said, that she was going to do something stupid.
What? Kill herself? Lovely Soleil? No.
Well, that's the implication. Or one of the implications. He had arranged to have a long conversation with her the weekend before he died, this says. He found her willful and rebellious, making wild threats. And he... Oh.
What?
Professor Emmanuel told her that he thought he'd been too easy on her. That he had let her do all this art, and that he had humoured her by agreeing to her requests and even calling her by her new artist name, Soleil, instead of her old name. Said he had decided that he would now only call her by the name her parents gave her.
Which was?
Marianne.
This episode of The Walk is sponsored by Audible, a leading provider of audiobooks, original audio shows, news, comedy, and more. Audible content includes an unmatched selection of audiobooks, including titles like The Power by Naomi Alderman and countless other titles in fiction, history, romance, mysteries and thrillers, sci-fi and fantasy, YA, and more. Unlike a streaming or rental service, with Audible, you own your books and you can access them anytime, anywhere, right from your smartphone, through your car, from a tablet, or at home on your computer. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audible.com/walk and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audible.com/walk or text WALK to 500-500 to get started. That's audible.com/walk or text WALK to 500-500. Start listening today with Audible.
It must be, though. It must be the same Marianne.
It could just be a coincidence.
Bit of a big coincidence. She was thinking of doing something stupid. I know Soleil was involved with some weird organisation or other. And we know there's a Marianne who's running the burn because of... Charlie. Charlie?
I'm here.
Marianne's your sister. Why didn't you tell us she also went by Soleil?
I didn't know. We hadn't spoken in months. We were going to... Dad was trying to...
So Professor Emmanuel was your father too?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you say anything? Even when you found out he'd been killed, you didn't say anything.
I heard a while ago. I worked it out a while ago. I didn't want to talk about it.
Have you told Soleil? I mean Marianne. Oh, no. I know Soleil. I've talked to her. She loves the Professor. She couldn't...
Think about it. They talk at the weekend. They have angry words. The next thing is the Professor turns up dead.
Oh, God. How could I... I really liked her.
Dad said they'd had a massive row. I never thought she'd...
If there's one thing we've established, Charlie, is that there's very little your sister isn't capable of.
Amazing view up here. You can see the whole of Edinburgh.
So, explain the timing again to me, Lawrence.
Timing? What do you mean?
I'm just thinking, the EMP was very early in the morning. Just before 8 a.m.
That sounds right.
And the professor gave you the box when?
Just before the EMP. About half an hour before.
And you went straight to Inverness Station?
That's right. What's this about?
I'm just thinking. Joe had time to hear about the murder and get to the lab before the EMP went off. Even time to interview some of the staff, maybe.
Well, she could have interviewed them after the EMP went off. She's handwritten it all. Or maybe she was just being thorough, getting statements even though there'd been an EMP.
Well, even so, it's very fast.
Well, look, what are you saying?
I'm not sure. What time did the professor give you the box?
Might have been earlier. Well, I did get into the lab pretty early.
Did you see Soleil there? Were the two of you...
No, I told you. The prof told me he could hook us up if I took the box.
Seems a weird thing to say if they just had a huge argument.
Oh, Stanton. You're so clever. I can't work it all out.
I mean, can we really believe that she didn't tell you her other name ever? It's just...
No, Stanton. I didn't really expect you to believe it. But I rather hoped it might hold you for just a little longer.
What do you...
Stanton, this is a gun. It's pointing at your head. You know, I quite liked you in the end, Stanton. But you've, yeah. Look, I'm sorry. I know I sound like a Bond villain saying this, but... Stanton, you've sort of outlived your usefulness. Sorry.
Walker, you've got to try to get away. I can see several escape routes for you on the way into the city. You have...
Yeah, sorry, but that's quite enough of that. No more from Charlie for you. I'm telling you, she's not the best sister anyway. Come on, keep walking. I really hoped, I really did hope that we could get through this whole thing without my having to let any of you know that I, knew. Honestly, if Stanton would have just had a nice conversation about the view like I wanted. Anyway, just you and me now, Walker. We're friends, right? I just called you my friend. You okay with that? Friends? Well, like colleagues or something. I mean, I know I haven't behaved that well, but I feel like you're not judgmental. We're going to the lab together, Walker. I can get everything I need from the device you're carrying when we get there. Journey's end is in sight, Walker. That's, yeah, that's pretty good news, isn't it? Yeah, I love you too, baby. I can't wait to see you. No, I think Walker might be alright. I mean, really, genuinely alright. You're alright, aren't you, Walker? Being sensible? We can let you go when we've got what we need from that device. You can go back to your ordinary life. It's all going to be so completely fine. Yeah, okay, baby. I'll see you really soon. Can't wait. Oh yeah, this. My old pocket watch that I kept with me every day and wound religiously. Yeah. Little transmitter in the back. See? Marianne made it. She's super clever. Look, do you see the uni campus off there in the distance? We'll get in there, we'll find the lab, we'll get what we need. Oh, I mean, don't worry. I can't kill you. If I kill you, the device will die. By a lot, you see. Not that I even would kill you, Walker. I mean, you seem okay. I mean, I can't say I'm happy about all the people we've had to kill already. But you see, Marianne's got a vision. She's such an amazing artist. She's been telling me about it, so... Oh yeah, just in case you were wondering, it was me who was making the transmissions that Adebayo was receiving. Yeah, sorry. Thing is, these devices, Charlie hasn't been telling you the full story. I mean, did that even ever make sense? They've got evidence in them. What? Never ever made sense. I wish I'd been able to get you away to Aberfeldy. I think you would have come, wouldn't you? And then we could have avoided all this. You could have been back home already. Just that Stanton and Charlie pushing you on and on. The devices are so much more than Charlie's told you. Even I don't understand half the stuff they can do. Part of what I do know, they were developed in a project the professor was working on. He wasn't some nice cuddly old guy, you know, working on advanced voice recognition. It was military tech. These boxes are part of a system that can remotely activate and use weapons and military systems. Turn the enemy's arms against them, blow up fighter jets in the hangars. And that's not even the half of it. God. It's a relief to have that moaning Charlie out of my ear. Bet you're glad she's gone too. She never told you any of that, did she? I bet no one ever briefed you on any of it. Listen, is that what you want to be a part of? Is that what you signed up for? Marianne's not evil. I mean, I know it seems it. I know you're thinking about the planes falling out of the sky, but you have to know. Sometimes that can be for the greater good.
Calibrating. Please wait.
Walker.
Calibrating.